The liturgy, the work of the people is what liturgy means, links us to Catholics worldwide and links us to our ancestors. The Mass has the power to bridge the world and to bridge history. In 1999, I took the Honda Civic that's out in your parking lot. You should, come over and say hi to it on your way out because it's it should be in a museum. I told I told Joe I'm going to drive it another 10 years. Longest relationship I've had is with that car. I love Christy more, but my wife. 1999, I unplugged from job, home, I was single. My folks were getting older. I had a window of opportunity to do something I wanted to do. I had a road atlas under my bed for years, and I'd go to sleep dreaming about where I would drive someday. And in 1999, I hit the road in June for parts somewhat unknown, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Ended up being a 6-month drive in my new Honda Civic to Alaska, to Mexico, and parts in between. And I lived out of that car. I didn't sleep in it all the time. Some of the time I did. And it was an awesome, scary experience. It was something I'll never forget and never regret. I loved unplugging from everything. It was kind of cool. And I lost track over time of what day it was. Is it Thursday? Is it Tuesday? I don't know. I don't care. I'm out here in Montana camping, and I'm heading to Alberta next. And, I could give you a whole talk on that. It was many graces. But I found that something in my Catholic biological clock said you have to, it's all well and good that you're disconnected and you're free floating out there, but you have to come home on Sunday. You have to plug in. You have to go to the filling station. You have to allow God to nourish you in word, sacrament, and community. So I found my way back home every Sunday while out there in British Columbia and Oregon and all the places I went. I found my way to a Catholic church on Sunday to, even though they weren't always hospitable, like, who are you? And even though the Mass wasn't always exhilarating, like the preaching or the music, I was home. And I was hearing the word that my friends and family back here were hearing. And by the way, these people, whether they were nice to me or not, are my brothers and sisters in faith. We're family. I don't know your name, but we're family. And that was good. I needed to have some connecting point. And then come to the Sunday meal table for the sacred sacrificial meal of Jesus to feed me. And then I was off to the races again, figuring out now where do I go and what's this week going to look like. But I'd plugged in, I'd gone home, I'd recharged, I'd fed for the next leg of the journey, food for the journey. Now there was one place that I couldn't get to Mass. I was there 5 days when I thought I'd be there 2 days. And I wake up and it's like, okay, Sunday, where? No Mass, no anything. Out west. Think ironically. Death Valley.
Yeah.
There's no Eucharist in Death Valley. There you go. Jesus wanted me to give you that punchline. So that was the one place I didn't get to Mass. And I love Death Valley. It's awesome. Oh gosh, there's another story. I don't think we have time for me to tell it, but I loved my grandmother, my mom's mom, very, very much. And there was a very special Mass at the old church in the old neighborhood in Chicago with the Cardinal George. And I was with my mom, and I was with my aunt, who just turned 90. My mom's gone. But we sat there, and this was the church my grandmother sang at as choir director, leader, for like 20 years, back in the teens and 20s and 30s, way back. And I felt my grandmother's presence. who I loved so deeply. And I remember my grandma speaking to me before Mass began. I'm sitting next to my mom, and I'm just like, Grandma, you're here, you're here. You know, at this Catholic celebration of the Mass, you're here with me in this sacred space. And she said, yes, 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 I am. But your mother's right next to you. Pay attention to her. So the Eucharist transcends time and space. The Eucharist is the eternal now, and it's for all of us throughout the world. You go anywhere, you can come home to your Catholic family at Mass.